Look today. Well, we have continuing coverage regarding the Excelsior Scholarship Program that will provide free tuition for students. I've got details. And Finance Commissioner Michelle Madigan gives a presentation on the results of the 2016 fiscal year in Saratoga Springs. More on that coming up. And the First Baptist Church in Hartford will unveil a monument on Friday in honor of its history. Got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Samantha Bosshart. She's Executive Director of the Saratoga Preservation Foundation. And we're joined by Rich Ortiz. He's a musician extraordinaire. They're here to talk about the upcoming Historic Homes Tour that is happening on May 11. And I sit down with Tammy DeCara. She's president of Habitat for Humanity for Northern Saratoga, Warren, and Washington counties. She's here to talk about this organization's important work in our community. Plus, we got your weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. In our lead story, we have more news with regards to free tuition being introduced in New York State in the fall. Now, New York's tuition free college degree program, the Excelsior Scholarship, is the first of its kind in the nation and will help alleviate the crushing debt that students face. We spoke to Dr. Christine Duffy. She's president of SUNY Adirondack.
It could be a great opportunity for students across the SUNY system, and certainly for us, we're such a good value to begin with, that if it helps a few more students to be able to get to that point of maybe a little less debt or opportunities to redirect some of their funds to other things, then we certainly think it will help students.
Now, we also spoke to Dr. Duffy about the importance of applying early for this scholarship as well as other financial aid.
We've informed students and parents that the best thing they can do, and I would tell the viewers as well, is that to apply for financial aid, because that has to be done no matter what. That will be kind of the first step, and then as the Excelsior Scholarship application comes out, which we expect at the end of May, then students will need to submit that, and then we'll be able to calculate their eligibility.
In other news, well, during Tuesday's Saratoga City Council meeting, Finance Commissioner Michelle Madigan reported that for the 5th consecutive year in office, the fiscal year ended in a strong financial position. Now, Commissioner Madigan reported that the 2016 adopted budget was accurate and succeeded in adhering to the projected spending plan. Now, she also reported that city property taxes are no higher than they were when she first took office. Well, we were at the meeting where Michelle Madigan gave advice for the 2017 financial plan.
My comments for our future years, as mentioned in previous years, the city needs to continue to be conservative when budgeting for the general water and sewer funds, focus on spending reserves when appropriate, and maintain fund balance. The city needs to continue to evaluate reserves and determine if types and amounts are sufficient to cover future needs.
Congratulations to everyone on Saratoga City Council. Switching from news to weather. Well, today, so mostly 100% precipitation. And it looks like it's going to last till tomorrow. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Well, thank you, Jesse. Time now jump into our first look weather center right now. Still plentiful showers, thunderstorms, heavy wet weather advancing towards us. We'll begin to see that ramping back up overnight, especially in the daytime tomorrow. So more wet weather arriving. We're going to keep the severe threat down across portions of Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas, while some heavier wet weather will likely be the main threat here. So some flooding concerns, although a little bit on the lower end, still definitely a possibility as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. We begin to see some of that heavier wet weather overspreading the region. Temperatures in the 40s overnight to the south side of that front, warming up to about, or cooling down only to about the upper 50s in D.C. Pittsburgh 51, so that warm air is definitely surging up from the south. And we're already dealing with that southerly flow. AM showers as soon as that warm front moves through. Overcast skies, low 45 degrees, half-inch rainfall plus likely in many spots tomorrow, high 54 degrees through the afternoon. So as we walk out the door tomorrow morning, umbrella, rain jacket, and a good plan plan to give yourself a little bit of extra time will remain handy as rain ramps back up for the morning commute. We'll see that light easterly breeze turning a bit more southerly, temperatures in the mid-40s and low 50s. Wet weather chances, they're going to do their best to hang around. Could see some thunderstorms, although a less likely 60% chance on Saturday. That's when the cold front pushes through. We'll see another cool down, 56 degrees Sunday. Monday, still a pesky chance at a few lingering showers, 50 degrees. It won't be until Tuesday when our next area of high pressure moves back in. But once it does move in, it looks to stick around for a while. Well, that's it from the First Look Weather Center. Now let's get back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Bran. All right, back to the news. Well, Dale LaPointe and other members of the First Baptist Church in Hartford are planning to unveil a monument on Friday. Now, the event will celebrate 229 years of the church. Now, the monument contains the names of some of the more notable members of the community, including founding member Reverend Amasa Brown. Well, Jeff Faggart, who is from North Carolina-based Baptist History Preservation Society, try saying that 3 times fast, is coming up to help with the ceremony. Well, we spoke to Dale LaPointe about the event.
The dedication ceremony of this monument is to not only to note the history of the church and the structure that we're talking about, but the people who started it, like Reverend Amasa Brown, who is here for 33 years. And in his time here with his family, he went out to other churches nearby and started many other churches.
This area is really rich in history. Nobody will debate that. Up next, I sit down with Samantha Bosshart. She's Executive Director of the Saratoga Preservation Foundation. And we're joined by Rich Ortiz. He's a musician extraordinaire. And they're here to talk about the upcoming Historic Homes Tour that's happening in Saratoga on May 11th. And I sit down with Tammy DeCara. She's president of Habitat for Humanity for Northern Saratoga, Warren, and Washington counties. And she's here to talk about this organization's important work in our community. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I'm going to save most of the Look out tonight for a special treat. But I want to remind you about Facebook. Please go to Facebook and tell us what you think. Tonight on Look TV, it's sold. That's our call-in auction program. Great estate jewelry and coins. And that's it, because the rest of the Lookout goes to musician extraordinaire, Rich Ortiz. See you tomorrow.
Girl, I said now lie, yeah. Look at the water, oh, it's crystal clear. Said if you wanna see it, stand over here. I said now lie.